Hey everybody, so I just literally finished Halo Combat Evolved for the second time. I played it the first time like a year ago or whatever, but on a stream I basically did a kind of a two-part stream of playing the campaign on normal mode. When I played it the first time, it was easy mode, and this is my immediate thoughts of basically just replaying it. And I want to give it to you guys straight. You know, this is the way I'm going to do it. It's going to be out of nowhere, it's going to be left field, it's going to be whatever. I just want you guys to have the best kind of review ever of just me playing a game. It is currently 1:30 a.m., which means I've been doing this for a while, okay? The game's not easy, okay? That's the first thing I'm gonna say, is that there are some punishing moments in this game, specifically in that second half, but I will talk about more of the good and then I'll talk about some of the issues I have. But that was something that just immediately in my mind, I'm like, there's just like a whole journey that goes through it. But first and foremost, I just wanna talk about kind of the history of the game and everything like that. I'm very much aware of the fact that this is a big system seller, that this was like the launch title for the original Xbox and everything. I love the fact that it feels that way when you play it still to this day. I mean, I played mostly the Anniversary Edition. I know there's the original graphics in the Anniversary Edition, especially, you know, in the MCC version, which is Master Chief Collection for anybody who doesn't know the abbreviation. In general, I love the Anniversary graphics a lot more because even though, yes, it does take away kind of like the low poly charm of the original, I think it works for me specifically as somebody who worked on the who kind of started playing in the Xbox 360 era and then added more light to everything. I feel like even though it takes some of that atmosphere out, I feel like it makes it a lot smoother and a lot more appealing, you know? So that's kind of something that I'm like a little bit indifferent with the community about, with the sense that I understand the history of it, but I do like kind of like the more remastered graphics of it, especially playing it through the stream, especially kind of knowing where to go. There's like arrows and like the everything has this like weird LED look to it. I don't know, it looks like more hardcore sci-fi than it does horror than anything like this. I do really love the story still. I think that even from a second playthrough, I think that the story still works. It's basically kind of like Star Wars: A New Hope, but it adds this kind of twist to it, you know? I do enjoy the music a lot. Martin O'Donnell is amazing. I love his music. I think some of that horror aspect to it, I love kind of the kind of moody, beautiful, kind of epic, operatic. It's a very dynamic score. I absolutely love what he did with it. I think it's still one of the most iconic scores of all time in anything, not even just in video games. I think anybody knows the Halo theme when you really go around it, especially with this first game. It just kind of sets the tone immediately. I think the color in the game is so bright and so vibrant. I could look at it for hours playing through it. I was never bored of the game, even though some parts are a little bit like wonky in terms of directions and stuff like that. Like they'll give you markers, but sometimes they won't. And obviously without Cortana, the character that kind of is in your head giving you the directions, it kind of messes with you a little bit in terms of the directions. I still think that even just walking around, there's so much history with it, and there's so much appealing look to, so much, you know, things that look really cool, you know? I do love the weapon selection. It's very simple. I know in later Halos, as somebody who's played up to Halo Reach at this point, the weapon selection is varied, but it's very simple. I do notice that I wasn't really able to get the sword this time around, and I think in multiplayer you can go ahead and do it, but like in the campaign I didn't really get a chance to do it, so maybe that's just a campaign thing, or maybe I'm just the trash at the game, so whatever. And then one other good thing I really like is just how, I don't know, I already said it was how simple it was, but really, like, it has a little bit like of an Avatar feel to it. Like the movie didn't even come out at this time, right? But it feels like you're really traveling into another world. Like you're traveling Halo, and it's just very like foresty. There's winter biomes, right? There's all these different kind of looks to the game. The game, when you get into like the coolant area, when you try to find Captain Keyes, like that green puddle and whatever, like it's just so much variety in the environment. I just really, really appreciate that, and it just looks so cool. Like I think visually, it's been 24 years since that game originally came out. I still believe to this day that you could get an Xbox just for this game, and I think it would be worth it, right? It's not as long as something like an Elden Ring or a Baldur's Gate 3, right? But it packs enough punch, and it gives you enough challenge to really make it worth it. So I just think from all around, like I think it's such a solid game. I think the ragdoll physics and everything like that, the chaoticness of the game can be a little frustrating, but I think it works for me so well. I think I just had so much fun in the frustration, which is so weird, but it becomes so rewarding because of how appealing and how much fun the game is. I think that the issues I have with the game currently are that the Flood, just in general, I think, yeah, it's still a little bit scary. Like sometimes I get goosebumps in my skin whenever I hear that little like wriggling sound that those little like tiny things, you know, kind of make and whatever. I think that they're not as strong as the Covenant, but they do kind of have more like atmosphere and a little bit more like texture to their characters. So it's really disgusting when they go around. So they're a cool enemy. I just think that, I don't know, I think there's a little too much of them, but I guess it's the point. It's supposed to be a horde, right? And there's times when I was walking around the game, especially in the final level, where I can tell where the spawners were. I don't exactly love that. It's not, you know what I mean? The only time I want that to happen is if, like it's Minecraft, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's the only time that I want to see that. And also, I feel like with the second half, I think the ending is great. I think that final cutscene is absolutely wonderful. Like, even through everything I went through with the game, it's still very somber, very beautiful. It's hopeful. Like, I don't know. Something about the way the story is told and like the camera movements and just how much of a sci-fi love letter it is, it's just really awesome. So I think the only other thing, I guess that's a problem, is maybe the library level. But for some reason, it was better on normal mode than it was on easy mode. I feel like normal mode, I kind of expected, especially on the replay, to expect what was going on, and somehow it was easier. And I think part of it is I had to lock in that I really, you know, get all the flood away. But I think 2 betrayals and keys were the ones that I was having a lot of problems with. Assault and Control Room, there was like a part of it that was a little bit like a problem with it. Definitely a couple of moments in my stream where I was crashing out and whatever. But all that being said, I think above the negatives, which are not that big, I think this is such a solid game. I think it's a great game. Perfect game to kind of start off what I'm trying to do with this channel and what I'm doing with the journey of me finishing all these video games and my love for video games and how much I just want to explore all these different worlds. I think this is the perfect world to start off with. And I think Bungie, all the way back in 2001, did such a tremendous job, and I feel like anybody can still play this game and have so much fun with it, especially with co-op. Kind of wish I played co-op, but not really. I enjoy just being in the mode for this. So all of that being said, what would I give this out of 10? I would give it a solid 8 out of 10. I think it's a great game. I think there's way more positives and way more just amazing things with it than negatives. But the negatives do kind of stick out a bit, and you know exactly what they are, but they're not so much to where you wouldn't recommend it to somebody who just doesn't know what Halo is. So it's a perfect starter, perfect great game. I don't know. I just think it's all around great. So thank you so much for watching this. I know this is a little bit of a ramble, but this is what the kind of formula is going to be. It's going to be right after I finish it. I don't care if it's 4 a.m. I want to have it fresh in my mind so I can give you the most accurate review and the most just kind of personal review more than anything. And the next game that I'm going to play is Tom Clancy's The Division, which is a game I'm very nostalgic for. So I cannot wait to finish that and to tell you guys about how I feel in that review. But that's basically it. Yeah, that's all. I don't know how to end this. All right, cool. Thank you.
Whoa. Shit. Oh my god, we did it. We finished the game. We finished the game. We finished Halo.
Close.
It's all there. Oh my god.
Here we go.
Hey, I'm gonna clap on the microphone. We did it. It's 1:18 a.m. We started at 8 o'clock, I think. 8:30, 8:45, I don't know. Bro. Oh my god. 7 hours total, I think. Almost 8 hours. It's all there. We're here. We made it. We made it.
Shut them down. We'll need them later.